What's up, apes? How you doing today? Big shout out to y'all. Y'all made the day really fun today, right? I see that, we got 10 minutes left until we close in the market here. And we're pushing, guys. I mean, you could see the slow progression throughout the day, right? It started at around 9:20 a.m. and we're pushing, we're fighting for that green close, okay? So yeah, just going online and all that, man. It's been fun looking at all that. And like Lou says, guys, we literally have these guys where we want them, right? We have them cornered because either if they do or if they don't, we still know what's going on, and it's not like we're leaving today, right? Where people were actually buying today, not selling, right? And I'll prove to you that retail showed up. We're gonna look at some data right now too, okay? Yeah, so we can kind of watch what happens into the close. And then I'm gonna talk about some stuff with Lucid, right, that I'm pretty excited about, and some stuff with BBIG, okay, just to let you know and get you updated and let you know where we're at with BBIG for next week, okay? So yeah, let's move over to the other screen so I can show you guys some stuff. Desktop. Cool. All right, check this out. Let's just start off real quick with Darkpools. I know we've done a lot of research on Darkpools, but I just want to touch on them and kind of explain, in my opinion, because remember, I'm not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice, but I can just give you my opinion and my thoughts, right? But so Darkpools are private asset exchanges designed to provide additional liquidity and anonymity for trading large blocks of securities away from the public eye, right? And Darkpools provide pricing and cost advantages to buy-side institutions such as mutual funds, pension funds, which claim that these benefits ultimately accrue to the retail investor who invest in funds. However, Darkpools lack transparency and makes them susceptible to conflicts of interest by their owners and predatory trading practices by hedge funds, right, and firms, okay? So Darkpools emerged in the 1980s, right? But this is the part I want to read to you, okay? Because I think what they're doing, guys, right, when we don't see the price move much, is because they're taking our orders, right? They put them as a Darkpool order, as a large block, because we know that institutions, right, they're not really the ones that are buying these anymore. So why use the Darkpools when it's retail? And today proves it too. Like if retail's buying a bunch of orders and they're just sending them to the Darkpool, which is about 60 to 70% all the time, right, then the price is not going to move, right? So the primary advantage of Darkpool trading is that institutional investors making large trades can do so without exposure to while finding buyers and sellers. This prevents heavy price devaluation, which would otherwise occur, right? If it were public knowledge, for example, well, right there, let me touch on that, right? So if they weren't sending our orders to the Darkpool, guys, then we would see more upside price action, right? We would be able to move the price. If it were public knowledge, for example, that an investment bank was trying to sell 500,000 shares of a security, the security would almost certainly have decreased in value by the time the bank found the buyers for all of the shares that they wanted to sell, right? Devaluation has become increasingly likely, and electronic trading platforms are causing prices to respond much more quickly to the market pressures. If the data is reported only after the trade has been executed, however, the news has much less of an impact on the market. Okay. And here, this is the other problem. So Darkpools can charge lower fees at exchanges because they often are housed within a large firm and it is not necessarily a bank. All right, guys. So that's what you always have to keep in mind, right? That they're abusing us and sending our orders to the Darkpool. All right. But next week, guys, we have the, the SEC is they're going to vote on more transparency, which would require, hedge funds and these big institutions to show more transparency and most likely like report their short sales, right? So that you can kind of keep track and more frequent, right? So that they have less time to do the nefarious things that they want to do. All right. So let's just take a look at the AMC chart. Something that's really funny. Okay, check this out, right? This is AMC. This is the 5-minute chart. So you're moving under VWAP. You get one test and it rejects, right? And then we come down, we're under VWAP, so we drop, and then we bounce on this Fibonacci extension that we've been talking about. And then we start to make our way up, right? This is probably when retail just started moving and started saying, oh, all right, let's start buying. So, that's where the hedge funds messed up because, between yesterday and today, I bought about 20 shares. Imagine the amount of shares that were bought between yesterday and today. And then this is the funny part, right? So this is AMC, this is GME. What do you see here? Isn't it crazy? Like two different stocks. And then look at the RSI too right here, right? So you get this W and then it comes up. And this, and then look, it's the exact same thing. Let me switch back. Let me switch back to AMC. Look at the RSI. Comes down, does a W, comes back up, all right? And I can draw the exact same triangle pattern there that we have for AMC. Check this out. It's the same exact for GME, right? And this one's hovering at, what's the current price? 106 right now, right? So they were up 3.5% for the day. And right now AMC's at 1793. But see, this is exactly what we've been talking about, the abuse, right? Like, and then let me go over the order flow, okay? This is where I want to show you that the retail did show up. Look at the amount of inflow, 184 million versus 176 million, and the small orders, right? 58 versus 65. Institutions didn't really want to play today. And then we have even the medium orders that are a little bit bigger, right? But it's still just sideways for the day, right? How does that make sense? And then, okay, so AMC, right, for the past month has been down 39%. It's down negative 39%, right? But check this out. This is the sales for the month so far, and I don't see any huge orders, right? How do you drop 40% with only a few? Here's some calls, here's some shares, right? But that was, and this is from December, right? So anything, this is for this month. Very few sell orders, guys, right? So how do you get that price to drop that far low? It must be synthetics, in my opinion, right? And then we're gonna take a look at the options chain here, and the calls and the puts. Let me refresh it. Got 3 more minutes until the close. It's at 18:02, right? So this is gonna be interesting. See what happens here. But let's see on the call side, guys. $19. Not very many calls in the money, right? But it's okay because on Monday, right, if anybody exercises those calls, guys, any of these, right, that's gonna make the market makers go look for shares, and they're gonna have to buy shares to come up and to deliver those shares, right, to whoever exercises the calls. All right, guys, let's go down to the puts. And this is what everybody was talking about, right? This $20 range, the 34,000 right there. Was the pressure that everybody was like, all right, that's what we want to get out. Unfortunately, it doesn't look like it's going to happen, right? But we have to focus on next week, guys, really, because of that meeting, okay? Because we have proof now, right? Like we were all buying today, and the price is sideways, right? So how does that work? Let's go back to the chart. Let me put this down. But yeah, still, you know, guys, I'm holding for the squeeze. This is what it is. It's a short squeeze. It's painful right now, right? But okay, this is the other thing I wanted to touch on was that the fact that anything can happen, guys. Like remember, a short squeeze is insane when it moves. All right, so check this stock out today. BSFC, it shot up from $1.50 to $6.70 in one day, guys, right? Because shorts covered there. That's all we're waiting on, right? They can keep playing the games, right, with the stock price on the daily, but when they're gonna cover, guys, look at this volume that came in. And I'm sure these shareholders didn't know that they were gonna cover today, right? And then boom, you get the explosion that's insane, guys. That's like a 5 times move right there, right? So, and then also the way, you know, people try to just blame AMC or say, oh, AMC is the only thing that's going down. Not really, guys. Look at this. This is a 5-minute chart on Netflix. This was yesterday, right after hours, when it dropped over $100, guys. It used to be $5.25 not too long ago. Now it's at $3.97. Imagine that pain, right? Like another one with Lululemon. We got 1 more minute to close. The price of AMC is $18. And you see these drops, guys. I mean, let's go to the daily. You know, this used to be 485 not too long ago, and the same thing, right? With the whole market crashing, AMC is going to go with it. All right, it looks like we closed at 1796 today, and just down 0.6% after all the buying that just came in, right? 64 million volume. That's the good news, guys. Volume's picking up. When you make the share price lower, right, then more people and more buyers. And to me, the fair price, like, just fundamentally, guys, is in the 30s, right? We talked about this from the very beginning of the movement, that fair price was 30 to 40 bucks for AMC anyways, right? Right now, it's just the bear market that's bringing it down. Lulu and then Amazon, guys. Oh, this one's painful too. Imagine this was at 3,700 Now it's at 2,800 a share. If you if we've been talking about the market correction, guys, this is it. Things go on sale, right? And then crypto crashed yesterday. What I pointed out in my my Twitter yesterday, and or sorry, in the stock twits, was I said, yeah, that the last time Bitcoin crashed like this, guys, not too long after, AMC went to $72, right? So we've talked about the liquidity, right? That maybe because they're losing value as well, like the hedge funds, right? When all these, and they're big like Amazon and Lulu and Tesla and everything, right? Everything was down today too. So the fact that AMC, did that little move and it held 18, not too bad in my opinion. But it's just everything's coming down, guys, right? It's the whole market. There's selling pressure left and right. But the good news is that there could be margin calls coming next week, right, as well, because, man, this week was down, right? The whole thing, the whole market. All right, let's just point this out. You have it right at this bottom support again, which is good, right? Today could have been a lot worse. If we didn't step in, you could have seen AMC come down to $15, $14, right? But the apes love the stock and they keep buying it up, right? And even if they're fake shares, synthetics, Guatemalans, whatever you want to call them, yeah, they're definitely. I don't think there's any more shares. So in my opinion, they're just credits, right? Everyone's grabbing right now. Yeah, so that's it, guys. For AMC we closed at 817.90 some, right? So these puts, unfortunately, they're in the money, but they still have to go and find. We see we have about 4.6 million shares that landed in the money. All right, so we'll see if they can locate those on Monday or Tuesday. We're gonna have to wait and see for next week, right? So that's my forecast, guys. I think next week will be better than this week for sure, especially with the pressure of let's put that fear into their heads, the hedge funds, that there is people watching them now, right? And there's gonna be some changes. It looks like, right? Nothing's guaranteed, but we do. They're listening to us about the transparency issues and the dark pool issues. Like, why are they using dark pools, right? If retail is the one that is trading and buying AMC. There you go. Okay, so let's move on to BBIG, guys. I should be able to pull it up right here. And it did exactly what I said it was going to do yesterday in the video, right? I told you guys, like, if it breaks this line, the support, it's going to come down to this support, and look where it's at. Now it broke this. It's not officially broken yet, guys. I mean, it could be a little fake out, and it could come rebound on Monday and Tuesday next week, right? We're gonna have to wait and see. The RSI is at 35, 38, and then what we have to be careful of, like, is the volume. The volume's decreasing, right? So what I want to see is a bounce and then move back up to come test this support, and I don't want to see it come down. And but unfortunately, the company itself has not released any new news. The Cryptide news is not official, but I will show you how you can go and look at the official data and where you can find it as well, right? So normally when you have a big run, look, it tested it perfectly, got rejected, didn't find support, and came down, right? I mean, that's just most stocks right now, right? We saw a lot of red. But remember, anything could change, anything could happen, guys. And like we could see just a consolidation here, a reversal would come up and start making its way back up if we do get that Cryptide news soon. All right, so I'm gonna just go over to this article. Where is it? This one. Wait, where did it go? Sorry, guys. Is it this one? Yeah, this one right here. Okay. So there's a good chance that this latest rally isn't the last time BBIG stock skyrockets in price. Several big developments could send this stock up to its all-time high of $12.49 and beyond, right? Because of their business model, they're acquiring different companies. Lomotif, AdRiser. Lomotif is a competitor to TikTok, and it's a little bit of a stretch, right? But they've been coming. It could still wind up becoming worth a lot more. It paid 125 million, right? They paid 125 million for that company. Now, I'm not trying to invest in this for the long run, guys. More of a swing trade to me. But here we go. Put simply, Vinco Ventures isn't short of catalysts. Take into account the spin-off, the potential, while its other holdings and its past performance, put it all together in another triple-digit percentage move higher isn't out of the question for this stock. All right, and the other thing, here you go. If you want to find the latest information, guys, this is their website, right? You can go here. As you can see, they haven't filed since November 22nd. So we're all waiting for something new, right? These are their SEC filings. You can actually like put your email and sign up, and then if as soon as they send that file, like you'll get a notification, right? But they haven't released any new news, right? But this is their website, right? If you want to go sign up. And then the last thing, okay. I think we're still going to see some volume come in next week, right? And this is due to the failure to delivers. When that run started, the 5 million, 5 million, 6 million, right? So in these dates, the 20, the 21st, 24th, 25th, the big one is the 25th, okay? So that's where I'm saying where we could see a reversal, and we could see next week. We didn't close with the options that we wanted to because the whole market came down, right? We were trying to get that $4, $5 calls, the calls in the money. And they unfortunately didn't make it, right? So we'll have to see what happens this coming week. Here's the options chain real quick. And yeah, I just had my Dutch bros, right? So, hey, Dutch bros, you want to team up, right? Holler at me. Free coffee, right? Or something, some kind of promotion, right? I always drink your guys. I go to your guys' coffee place all the time. I'm a regular, right? So let's see, 350, unfortunately not a lot of calls landed in the money. We did have the potential, but this is why you always have to be careful, guys, with the options, right? Because they're very tricky, they're very risky, and you have to study and the only way to learn is to buy some, but don't go crazy, right? Like maybe play a couple here, there, whatever. And that's how I learned, right? When I started actually trading them. And then also I researched beforehand, like what kind of affects them. But I personally would rather buy shares and trade the shares, right? So it's a little bit safer, less risk, okay? All right, guys, let's go ahead and move on to Lucid. Let's see what Lucid did today. And there is some good news and bad news, right? So yeah, the bad news, it was red today, right? Negative 1%, it's at 3801. And you saw that it broke the Fibonacci here, right? So, and it's broken the EMAs. This is the 4-hour chart. We can zoom in. The day was not too bad, right? I mean, we had a push, but it wasn't able to hold, right? All the way to 42.95, right? Let's check it out. Yeah, so yeah, to 39.79. And then it just consolidated, right? But I think the good news, guys, is that, PIF, they're not going to sell the shares. They're the main investor. And I think they're going for the long run, right? I mean, there was all this FUD coming now that, they're going to drop the price, they're going to slam the price. Obviously not, right? The NASDAQ is what was really hurting today, right? And the past week, okay? So that's what's been putting the pressure on it. But you have seen these pops, right? Where it wants to go higher, It just keeps getting rejected at like 42, right around there, right? So I'm happy with where we're at right now, actually, for Lucid. Because check this out, like, not only are they building, showrooms and all that, they're building a service center. I'm gonna show you guys these pics, right? Lucid right here. This is they're still building it, right? But here, this is what's cool. I went to the mall yesterday to grab some stuff. Here's Lucid, right? This is gonna be the service center. It's on the main road in a really, good part of town, wealthy part of town. And then at the mall, right? You see the car right there. Cool. And I actually talked to the dude, man. I was just chit-chatting with him, right? He's like, oh, and I told him I was a shareholder and I really love what, the product and all that. And he's like, whoa, well, that's awesome. He's like, keep in there if you can. Like, we got more coming or more news. He's like, I can't really explain too much, tell you too much. But he said, like, to keep an eye out. They got some good stuff coming, all right? And I told him, I know about the plans and how they're going to try to open in Saudi by 2025, right? And things like that. I mean, I think Lucid will be unstoppable soon, right? I think it eventually will go to the hundreds, guys. Just a personal opinion. Not anytime soon, not next week or anything. But over time, I think we'll start to make our way back up, because this could just be a big cup, right? A cup to test this to come back. And remember, we have some gaps here to fill, all right? And then there's this, let's see, the stocks era. This could potentially be some buying pressure for next week, guys. Like I said, red colored means higher FTDs, okay? So why was there so many problems in December, right? I mean, it's like stock after stock after stock that you see all these failed to delivers in the same dates, right? That sounds and looks kind of sketchy to me, right? These hedge funds, guys, man, they're dirty. And so check this out, the 21st to February 4th. I mean, damn, I wouldn't want to pay $269 million, 7 million shares that were failed to deliver on these dates, guys. I mean, damn, that's incredible. So yeah, this could potentially be, you know, the same with BBIG, like when it first started, guys, was around those dates when they had to deliver those FTDs, right? So I could see that pushing the price up a little bit next week, all right? And then the last thing is, the options. And the good news with Lucid, guys, is this one actually did land in a decent place. You have a good amount of calls. Didn't quite make it to the 40, but the puts were ridiculous down here, right? So all of these expired worthless. Especially, you know, this is the one that I really hated, right? The 18,000, 17,000. Yeah, those people lost money this week, right? All these, and then these people made money, all right? So we'll have to see what happens next week, but I'm still bullish, right? Long term. I know the market's crap right now, guys. There's nothing we can do about it. And last thing I'm gonna show you here is this article, right? So it's talking about how Lucid passes Rivian cap, the market cap for the first time. Which stock is a better buy? Share prices of Rivian are now down 60%, a little over 2 months, guys. This is what usually happens with IPOs, comes down, right? And I have the chart right here. So Rivian, guys, man, that's a nasty, from 179 all the way to 60 bucks. That is what usually happens with IPOs. You have the initial push and then it's just a sell off and it has to find its real price, but this is not looking good. Look at all this selling pressure. The RSI is down. It's not good, guys, right? See, and I wouldn't touch Rivian. Like, I really don't care for them, whatever. Lucid is still a risky stock, but it's in a more solid position than Rivian, right? So like I told you, like, because they've been raising money, right? Because they have a plan, you know, because they raised enough money to do what they want to do, and the share price only had to suffer, you know, like 15%, guys. To me, that's bullish, and I'm supporting them, right? You know, 3 weeks into 2022, Rivian remains 2 months away from releasing its next quarterly earnings. That leaves with a lot of uncertainty because they missed in December pretty bad, and then I guess they had a change of leadership as well, right? So yeah, just not looking very solid there in my opinion, right? So while Rivian stock has been in a free fall, Lucid remains relatively stable and still positive for the year, which is impressive considering the steep sell-off for growth stocks. All right, guys. So yeah, like I said, they have some money to work with. You know, they're handling their business, I think, right? It's just we gotta wait a little bit. But Lucid and Ford continues to be my best bets for 2022. And Lucid remains my top growth stock, all right? Finally, I agree with these fools, yeah, but remember, they flip-flop. Sometimes they do talk a lot of crap about Lucid, and that's what I don't like, all right? But yeah, Rivian, I'm not really convinced on that. I wouldn't touch it. Cool, guys, so that's all I really wanted to come through today. You know, shout out to the Apes guys. You know, I'm wearing my Ape shirt, but we're dealing with some really crazy, nefarious people, right? Some really rich people that are not going to go down without a fight, but I think we proved our points over and over, and yeah, we're gonna have to see what happens with that meeting next week. All right, guys, but thanks for tuning in. Shout out to the new subscribers, guys. As always, much love, much appreciation, guys. Every single subscriber I appreciate and I love, right? And we're gonna keep this thing going because the goal is to get to 1,000 subscribers, guys. That's my goal, right? Because then I can live stream and we can see things happening in real time, right? In the charts, in the pre-market, or not pre-market, in the market when it opens, right? And we can, you know, have some fun too and learn about the patterns and all that stuff, all right, guys? So yeah, I'll catch you guys next week on Monday, all right? So hang in there, guys. Hang in there, apes. We did good this week, all right? So catch you later.